NewsNation correspondent at large, Geraldo Rivera. Geraldo, always so good to see you. I really appreciate you being on tonight. I'm curious your perspective. You have seen the U.S. get in and out of several military conflicts throughout your career. Where does this Iran war, still just a few weeks in, compare?
It reminds me very much of the Iraq War, where I watched the Pentagon cheerlead and always say that around the next corner was a breakthrough, that we had them exactly where we wanted them, and it took 10 years. And I don't know that this will take 10 years, but I do know that this is escalation. We are escalating this fight. Every day you hear new news, a new ship is arriving, a new aircraft. Now we have the Warthogs. Now we have the Apache helicopters. Now we have the Marines are landing, or not landing, but they're heading in the direction of Iran through the Straits of Hormuz. It's just everything that I'm saying now, every sentence spells as escalation. And I don't know that there's a way out of it now. I don't think the Iranians can quit. The president will not quit. He can't either. They're kind of locked in. The Israelis will make sure that the president doesn't lose his nerve on this one. And Iran is fighting for its life. We've systematically, serially assassinated every level of leadership. They've got, your former guest said, the gripes that they have, the grudges, these are epic. The father, the mother killed, and so forth. There will be hell to pay over a long time. And the thing that really worries me, and it is, to me, the headline by far, where are the 440 kilograms of enriched uranium that Iran has? Now, we heard that, so put that thought aside, enriched uranium already in the country. And now you have these two ICBMs, these two intercontinental ballistic missiles that were shot in the direction of Diego Garcia, the UK-USA base in the Indian Ocean. That's 2,500 miles from Iran. They have two missiles. Apparently, one of them was shot down. One of them made it, neither blew up, neither hit the base. I'm still waiting for confirmation on exactly where that second missile landed. But if indeed they have a rudimentary ICBM ballistic missile, and they have enriched uranium, maybe Tulsi Gabbard and John Radcliffe and the other intelligence people are very optimistic when they suggest that the president is right, that they're a decade away from, or the people who are fearful that they're that they're not a decade away, that indeed they can crash some kind of a rudimentary missile together with a rudimentary nuclear stuff on top of it.
Yeah, I'm so glad you bring up this joint base.
Really crazy.
I'm so glad you bring this up. To your point, it is some 2,500 miles away from Iran. And clearly it has this kind of firepower, and it seems that it may be willing to use it. I believe when we were only a couple of days into this war, you came on this show and you said, never corner a rat. Has your opinion changed on that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Never corner a rat. My other Geraldoism is, if you think the news is bad now from the Middle East, don't worry, it's going to get worse. For instance, you have the Marines now, 2,500 Marines coming on these vessels, this latest wave. Those Marines, to be effective against, say, Kharg Island, the big oil refinery that all the pundits are saying, oh, they'll seize Kharg Island. How are the Marines going to get to Kharg Island to land on the island? Don't they have to come through the Strait of Hormuz? Won't that be, expose them before they even get to the fight that they are purportedly heading toward to Iranian fire?
I see. So you're saying Iran is able to strike by land, air, and sea in the Strait of Hormuz, and the moment that, and let's hope this doesn't happen. The moment that U.S. Marines are in that crossfire and they are harmed, it is an enormous moment of escalation in this war.
Absolutely. And as this war is not going to be measured. This is not just day 21. This is the beginning of this is the first month of what promises to be a prolonged campaign. Iran is 92 million people. You know, we have decapitated its leadership. That's true. Although there are always, in a country that large, there's always someone that could take over, someone who could run the fight. I mean, they've been militarized since 1979. I just think that to be optimistic now is to be foolish.
Can I ask
it's
you,
going
President
to be
Trump,
really ruthless.
He is not publicly committed to sending ground troops into Iran at this time. But as you said, thousands of military personnel are en route to that region on warships right now. Do you believe that's an indication of an impending ground operation? And in your opinion, do you think a ground operation would be a good thing?
No is the answer to the good thing question. The second thing, I guess the reason the Marines on board a vessel is less frightening than ground troops, so-called, is that they are on a vessel. They're not, slugging around, fixed bayonets, charging up hills, and in ground warfare the way we used to seeing it portrayed. But I just think that when you bring these kinetic forces together, you're bringing Marines and more ships, and the Iranians are desperate to do whatever they can to keep that, because oil is their only weapon, denying oil. It's going to be violent. It's going to be kinetic. It's going to be unpredictable. There's going to be casualties. Thank God we've only suffered, 13 only, but 13, dignified transfers. What happens when it's more than, I'm not even going to say a number, but I just think that people have to be wary of, here now we have them asking, or the administration asking for $200 billion to prosecute this flight. I think that's where our leadership, to the extent that it exists, can voice an independent opinion that maybe not. Maybe we're not going to allow you to have $200 billion to play with here. I think that might be a fight that it's worth legislators fighting over, because I do want people to understand that I believe, and I have deep experience in the region, that this is a slippery slope, and we've already started to slide on it.
I hear it. NewsNation correspondent at large Geraldo Rivera, always appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.